And now the Hansons and Hiatus podcast with Nate and Alexis.
Happy Friday, fuckers. It's another episode of Hansons on Hiatus.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Nate. This is my wife, Alexis.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
And obviously, if you have followed us here, we've changed things up a little bit. We're no longer, doing the BS podcast network just because we couldn't do all those shows. But we still wanted to come on once a week and just kind of talk about our lives in Mexico or wherever we're at.
We really enjoy it, too. It's kind of funny that we talk, we live together. We're together all the time, but we kind of like doing this together. So why not? Keep it going.
Well, and obviously, you've noticed we changed the podcast name.
Yep.
Because we were talking, and the last few episodes we did kind of recaps of my Europe trip and then our trip, like different things that had happened in our trip during or going to Tampa and Iowa and Pittsburgh. So we thought, Mexico moment, even though that's where we have our roots, where we started. That's, it kind of narrows us down. So if anyone's looking on, which we are now on YouTube, we're also on Spotify. We just started like a side account. So you could be listening and watching us on Spotify.
I like it.
But we just thought if other people are seeing it, and they might just think, oh, well, they're just talking about Mexico, which it's going to be a majority of it.
Yeah, because we do live here.
Yeah, but we're going to, be talking about more things that we, when we're traveling other places. It just felt weird to say Mexico moment and then talk about Europe for 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, but that's where we started, like you said, and we wanted everything to be travel based, to talk about our travels, travel tips, all those things.
Yeah, so we're going to keep it going. We're going to consider this episode 26.
Yeah.
And if you've noticed, hopefully we're recording this Thursday, so this episode probably getting out late Friday. I've been trying to edit all of the videos from our Mexico Moment podcast.
Lots.
Yeah, because we always, well, actually, not always record them. The first 9 don't have video because we just weren't doing video at the time.
But then we started recording the whole thing.
Yeah, so we're like, well, we got all this video, might as well throw it up somewhere. Yeah. So from now on, all of our episodes are going to be video episodes, unless something happens, unless like our camera breaks or something.
Should watch him try and find Tiger. He's a little Easter egg sometimes.
Yeah. But like you were saying, we like doing this, and it's almost like a video diary kind of about, our time in Mexico.
Yeah,
because I've had to go through and edit all these videos, so I've been trying to get them all up so it's in order when this one comes out. So like I said, this one's probably coming out a little bit later. Apologize for that, but once everything is all up and done, then it's just going to be smooth sailing from here on out.
It'll be awesome. Can't wait to see it.
But it's been really cool going back and re-listening to all the old episodes because it reminds me of things that I might have forgotten about, our daily life.
We can listen when we're like 90.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because like when we were in Greece last year, we started like at the end of the day recording audio messages. Just to kind of remember what we did and then tell your mom because she's not really on social media.
Yeah, I would WhatsApp her every day and be like, this is what we're doing today and this is what we did yesterday or last night.
So things like that, I thought, oh, that'll be cool to listen to when we're older. So this is going to be the same thing because, there's a lot of stuff you don't remember, just like day-to-day weird shit that happened. Even when we're recording this, we're like, what did we do this week? What happened to us?
There's always something.
So yeah, obviously these are on YouTube. I don't know what we're doing with Spotify. I don't know. I probably won't do a subscription base, but I think you can do like a donation thing.
Oh, nice.
So you can just, if you feel so inclined, if you enjoy the content or, any information we give out, feel free. But I did set up a thing and it's called Buy Me a Coffee. And I've seen some other creators use this, and it's like, if you appreciate what somebody's doing, you buy them, you throw them a couple bucks, you buy them a coffee.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
I set one up for us on buymeacoffee.com and it's /Hansons on Hiatus. And you can see it's in the description of the YouTube videos and stuff like that. So you can click on it there. And I think it's like $5. So every now and then, if you want to buy, and you can set between coffee, beer, and something else. So
beer.
Yeah.
Man,
so if you'd like to buy Alexis and I around,
beer.
we'd greatly appreciate it.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. So everybody can listen, and if you feel inclined to, throw us a beer here and there, and
that's awesome.
We'd really appreciate
Cheers.
that.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. So like I said, these are all going to be video episodes and on YouTube, and then like we're putting them on Spotify as well.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, so Hansons on Hiatus podcast.
Woohoo!
From now on out.
We're here.
And you can also follow us at Hansons on Hiatus on Instagram, so where we post some of our travel videos, and I'm still posting all my stuff from Europe and everything like that. And it's funny to watch the difference of what takes off and what does. Like, I have videos now, like all my like one of them started to kind of take off, and nothing crazy. Like one of them, the videos has like 30,000 reactions, and I think it has like 500,000 views or something. But now almost all of them that I put, and then another one started taking off, and then one from a couple of weeks ago starts taking off. Now, like I post a video, and maybe 2 days I get 2,000 or 3,000 likes on it.
That's awesome.
And I have all these followers now from like Europe for some reason, so they must push my videos out to Europe, because I don't know if everybody else sees them. If you see them, let me know. But
probably a lot of drone footage, all that stuff. Maybe it's filtered somewhere in there.
Yeah,
like
but it's weird
fanatics.
because like I'll post, one of my travel videos, it'll get like 10,000 likes on it, and then I'll post one of our little clips from this podcast, and it gets like 30 or something, and then I'll post a beer chug, and it might get 30, 50, whatever. But then the next travel video I do gets like thousands. So there's something that
Pushing
like
it.
Facebook knows, like, hey, this is just a dude chugging beer. You don't throw this out to all the Europeans.
Yeah.
They don't care about that.
This guy's traveling though. Push it out. Push it out.
Yeah. So but speaking of traveling,
Let's go.
we kind of covered all the all my stories and stuff from my Europe trip, but there's one that I wanted to kind of talk about that I thought was pretty cool.
Oh.
And this was my plan. So when I flew back from Belgium, I had an overnight layover in JFK.
Right.
And we had a similar, I don't think I've told this story. Hopefully not. If I have, sorry, you're hearing it again.
I don't think so. Not on here.
Yeah. Maybe just friends and family.
In real life.
Yeah. But so I was trying to find a place to stay for this layover, because it was an overnight layover. It was like 25 hours, 24 hours, something like that.
Hate that.
Yeah. And we had one when we came back from Greece, and I actually liked it because
Yeah, it was nice.
it
It was a
was-
nice little break.
we flew into New Jersey, and we had an overnight layover. So I just booked a hotel with some points, and when we got in, it was great. We had like a pool at the hotel, even though we didn't get to swim in it.
I know.
We
Hotel was
got
nice.
some good craft beer, which we didn't have in Greece, because it's all kind of the same types of beer.
Right.
And we got like a New York pizza, and we went to the dispensary.
Yes.
So that's what I was thinking. I'm like, this is gonna be great.
Mhm.
And so when I decided to start looking for hotels, I'm like, oh fuck, New York is expensive. Who
Yes.
knew?
Welcome.
Yeah. So I had this overnight layover in JFK, and so I'm looking all around all the hotels in the airport, right outside of it, like anywhere nearby, $300, $400, $500 a night.
Ugh.
And I'm like, I'm not doing
Come
that.
on.
I don't want to sleep in the airport, but I'd rather not pay $500, because it kind of
Yeah.
defeats the purpose of doing
Saving.
yeah.
Saving on the flight.
So I'm doing all this looking. There's this old, I think it's TWA terminal in JFK that they turned into like a hotel / kind of day club kind of thing.
Nice.
So you can
Ooh.
stay in the terminal, and everything's decorated like the 70s. Looks really cool. You can go in this like swimming pool that overlooks the runways, so
Oh,
you can
cool.
see all the planes taking off.
Sign me up.
So I'm looking at that. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna stay there. And it's like $300 a night as
Oh,
well.
man.
And
Yeah,
it was
that
like,
sounds
I think it was like
expensive.
$60 just to get into it.
Oh my god.
So I'm doing all this research trying to figure something out. And my last resort, before I found what I actually did, was I was just going to get an Airbnb. You can rent a room right outside the airport, somebody's house, for like $80. I was like, all right, I guess I'll do that. Better than nothing. But I find this place called Minute Suites.
Oh.
Have you ever heard this?
No.
Yeah. So it's a place, or it's kind of like what everybody's always wanted at the airport. When you're there for like, let's say you got a 6, 7, 8 hour layover, and you just want somewhere to lay down for like
Yeah.
2-3 hours.
Like I need a minute. I need to like lay horizontal and like maybe freshen up or something like that.
Exactly. Like nap. I think
Change.
some of them do have nap pods,
Oh,
like
nice.
some airports,
I would love a nap pod.
Yeah. But I was looking at this Minute Suites, and not only can you do by the hour, it's kind of pricey by the hour. I think it's like $40 an hour, but I guess, if you need someplace to lay down or whatever, but you could also rent by like segments. So you can do like 8 hours, or, kind of, I don't know if you can do 12, but you can do 8 hours for sure.
Cool.
And then you pick at what time, and they have all these little like kind of mini suites, and they're not like nice hotel. I mean, they're nice, but it's not like a hotel room or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
It's
That'd be sweet.
it's a little room, and you got like a futon
Oh.
and a TV and a desk and Wi-Fi.
Oh,
and-
okay.
Yeah. So
It's for the like digital nomad or the bro that likes to crash on a couch or something.
yeah,
A
well,
pull-out
and,
couch.
yeah. So, but it's a good option,
Yeah.
if you're stuck in the airport for quite a while.
Yeah, that is nice. They provide that as an option because how many times does your flight get canceled or rerouted and you're stuck?
Yeah, exactly. So I booked this, and I'm thinking, okay, I land at like 1 p.m. Well, if it's 8 hours, and my flight the next day was at like 8 or 9 a.m. Yeah, I think that's about what it was.
It was early. I
Yeah.
remember.
So I'm like, well, I don't want to book it too early because then I'm gonna have to leave in the middle of the night of this thing. So I
Yeah.
book it from like 10 p.m. till 6 a.m.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good.
or maybe it was till 8 a.m. I can't remember what it was,
Yeah.
but it was overnight.
Yeah.
So, but I had to get there late.
Oh.
So I was like, all right, I got the perfect plan. And then, so, by the way, it's like, I think it was like $170,
Okay.
which, is kind of more than, like a hotel room, but to be able to stay in the airport.
Yeah.
And this is not just in the airport. This is past security. This is in the terminal.
Oh.
And but you have to have access to, I think it was Terminal A or something like that. So it's like $170. And they do charge, if you want to take a shower, it's like $20 more.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
like, all right, whatever.
Do you get like a little blankie and pillow?
Yeah,
or
they give you
anything?
a couple pillows. They give you
Oh.
blankets.
Like new pillows or used pillows?
Well, I mean, it's just like a hotel. They got
Oh,
like
okay, cool.
pillowcases on it, and they
Nice.
I assume they wash them.
Yeah.
But so I get to the airport, and I'm like, all right. I looked up ahead of time. Weed is legal in New York, or they have like some dispensaries or
Nice.
whatever. They have some rec.
I'm gonna go shopping.
Yeah. So I get out of the airport with my my luggage bag or
like hiking
pack.
bag,
Yeah.
whatever.
And I take the tram or the train or whatever to the nearest stop. I was just looking for a sports bar to sit down and just get some wings and
Yeah,
have some beers and
beer.
just chill. There, I went to Jamaica, which I don't know a lot about.
Oh,
New
Jamaica,
York.
New York.
Yeah,
Yes. I
but-
was like, wait, what?
It wasn't the greatest area.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not super familiar with the boroughs and the little areas and stuff, but
I don't think it's a good area.
yeah. So I walked by a lot of interesting things, and I get
Oh my God, you were walking around.
Oh, yeah.
With your pack. Okay, great.
I mean, what else was I gonna do to it?
I mean,
So I'm walking around, and actually, let me go back a little bit. I didn't have my pack. Now that I remember it, I'm
okay.
sorry.
Let me
So-
say things you don't tell your wife.
Yeah.
I was wandering around New York.
So I had a conundrum with this room that I can't take my bag past security to put it in the room or to like hang on to it
Oh.
while I'm waiting for my room because I have stuff in my bag, like I brought back some beers or something, so it's liquid, so you can't bring that into security. And usually when you fly internationally, you recheck your bag. So you
Yeah.
land in the US, then you have to take your bag, go back through security, and then recheck it, and then they take
So
care of it.
annoying.
And the last time we did this wasn't internationally, but when we had that overnight layover in Orlando, remember they wouldn't give us our bag back?
Yeah, Frontier had some bullshit like, oh, you have to ask for a 24-hour check. That's made up.
Yeah.
You're
Short
lying.
check.
You're lying to me. A short check.
Yeah. Oh, fuck that shit. So,
Nice.
so I'm thinking, oh, okay, cool. They'll just take my bag. So I go to where everybody's rechecking it, and he goes, oh, well, you have to have like this bag tag. And I was like, all right, well, where do I get that? And he goes like, over there at the machine. Go over to the machine, and they're like, it's too early. And I was like, so I go back to the guy. I'm like, well, how do I, what do I do? And he's like, you're going to have to recheck your bag when you go to get on your flight or whatever.
What?
And I said, well, my flight's not till tomorrow. And he goes, well, you just got to wait till it opens in the morning then. And I said, what if I wasn't staying at a hotel anywhere else?
Yeah.
And so I just have to sit outside of the airport until,
Yeah, I guess so.
so then I had an idea, and, in Europe, we did a lot of luggage storage because,
Oh, yeah.
we would get into a city and we couldn't check into our hotel or Airbnb yet.
Yeah.
So I found the luggage storage in New York, in the New York airport
I like
in
this,
JFK.
like the lockers.
Yeah.
I
So I put it in there. It was like $25.
like it. So
and
smart.
and so then the plan was, well, the next day I'll just go and get my bag out of storage and whatever. So
Yeah.
so anyway, so yeah, I took the train, got to Jamaica, walking through, go to this dispensary, and it's like the jankiest dispensary ever. Had like 2 fake weed plants in the lobby.
Oh.
There's this counter where they just had like one bag of gummies and like 3 joints and like a bag of weed. Like, it was just
I'll be
shitty.
back.
No, ended up buying a pre-roll for like $20 and smoked it around a bunch of homeless guys in this park.
Oh my God. With all your stuff. Great.
Yeah. No, I left my bag in the thingy.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
that's
so
right,
I wasn't carrying it
Never
around,
mind.
but it was still, it was hot as fuck out when I got there. So that kind of sucked. So anyway, so I do that, and then I'm looking for a place, a sports bar or something. Nothing nearby.
Oh.
I mean, I don't, like I said, don't know the area super well, but I was looking for just like a B-dubs or even a brewery nearby. But the Ubers were so expensive. It was like not worth my time. It was like $25 each way to get an Uber there. So I was like, fuck this shit. So I go back, I take the train back, go back into the airport. And I'm like, I guess I'll just hang out in the airport.
Yeah, why not?
So I go through security, which I'm shocked they let me through security because, I mean, I did have a ticket, but they didn't look at my ticket. They just looked at my passport. But my flight, usually they don't let you through until, like, I don't think you can go to the airport and use your ticket and get through the day before security.
Maybe since yours was like an overnight thing, they're like, whatever.
No, didn't even look at my ticket.
Oh, that's
They
right.
they looked at my passport. So like, if I didn't even have a flight, I could have just went through security with my passport and got right through.
Huh.
They didn't even look at it. It was weird.
Interesting.
Yeah. So,
They know.
but I think usually like you can't even check in until a couple, like 6 hours before, 4 hours
okay.
before or something like that. But anyway, so I go in, I'm walking around the airport and I go to this one and everything's fucking expensive because not only is it New York, it's an airport.
Of course.
So I got like a beer and some nachos and it was like maybe $35.
Yeah. Why do they get to upcharge? Just because I'm at the airport,
'Cause-
you're going to like try and squeeze every penny out of me? Don't be rude.
You're held hostage.
I know, but like, do you want to make like all the money or just like some money?
Yeah.
You know?
But anyway, so I eat dinner and I'm just kind of killing time until 10 o'clock so I can go check into this place.
Yeah, your little room.
And I go into this room and they check me in. Super nice. I mean, it was great. Like I said, I mean, I had a futon, I had a TV, I was watching Ridiculousness. I'm
Nice,
eating
of
eating
course.
some some snacks
You
and
probably
stuff.
felt like at home.
Yeah, it was great. And
Just like home.
I fell asleep, or I set my alarm and went to bed maybe like 11 o'clock or something like that.
Nice.
And my plan was, okay, I'll just go out of security and get my bag from the storage locker, check it, and then come back through.
Yeah.
And so I could have done it right up until when I had to like be at the gate, but I was like, I'll do it ahead of time so I can go back to sleep for a little bit.
Oh, nice.
So
Little nap.
I woke up at 3 a.m.
Oh.
But I'm sorry. That night I noticed my ticket didn't have TSA pre-check on it, and we have pre-check.
Again, yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the second time it's happened to you.
So I spent like 2 hours on chat while I'm in my room,
Yeah.
trying to get the TSA pre-check on my ticket, and they
Yeah.
had to like cancel it, and I had to recheck in and
Oh my
stuff. It was
God.
just like such a fucking hassle.
That's
And so then I
ridiculous.
was like, oh, can you tell me, by the way, how early are the bag check people there?
Yeah.
And like I said, my flight is at 8, so you're supposed to be there at like 6.
Yeah.
So they said usually 4 hours ahead of time. So I was like, okay, 8 o'clock, 4 a.m.
Cool.
So great. So I woke up at like 3:30, went back through, and I go to recheck. I get my bag out of storage. Everything's good. Go to the Delta counter. There's like a line of like 40 people probably.
Oh my God.
They're-
I was not expecting you to say that.
Nobody's there yet. Everybody's
no.
waiting to either drop their bag or just check in.
Nobody's working.
Yeah, they didn't. I don't know. I don't know what the deal was. So I was kind of panicking because I was like, "Fuck, what do I do?" And,
Yeah.
And so we all like maybe like 30 of us. I think 10 people left. We all sat there for an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, nobody showed up until like 5:15 or something.
And you couldn't go back to your room because you didn't.
'Cause I had my
check your
bag. Yeah. So finally somebody comes and I check my bag, and then I go through security. Pre-check's not open yet because it's too early. So I spent 2 hours
Great.
getting the pre-check.
Instead of sleeping in.
Yeah,
you got nothing.
exactly. But then,
Normal people would just sleep in and then just take it, when they're going to their gate.
but you'll find out why. So,
Okay.
so I go through security. I have to go through the long ass line, whatever. It didn't actually take too long because it was like 5 a.m. So I get through, I go back to my room and take a nap or whatever, go back to bed, I guess.
Just a little bit.
And since my flight's at 8 and they start boarding like 7:15 or something. I didn't have to be there until like right then, like till it was
true.
boarding.
Yeah.
It just so happened that the minute suites were right next to my gate.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
So I literally woke up like 30 minutes before before it started boarding.
Yeah.
Woke up, threw my shit in a bag, went and took a shower,
Oh, nice.
all refreshed, put my shit together, walked out the door, walked 10 feet to my gate.
You're like, I'm here,
Yeah.
ready to get on my plane.
Yes. So if you
That's
ever want to try this,
awesome.
it's the Minute Suites. They're in like maybe 10 airports, I think. There's 2 in Atlanta.
Very
So
cool.
I saw there's 2 in Atlanta. There's some in Houston. I saw
This is
I think
new,
Miami.
right?
Yeah, I think
New-
so. Or
newish,
I just have never
newer.
heard it. You almost wouldn't even notice it. It looks like a little snack stand. Like there's a lady at a front desk and they got like snacks and they have chargers, and like
snacks.
anything you would need travel wise. Like
Oh.
chargers, they got like neck pillows, like, drinks, all that stuff.
Nice.
But yeah, you almost wouldn't recognize it. So if you're ever like stuck in an airport for a couple hours or overnight, definitely a good option to try to check out. Unless you are rechecking a bag, then it kind of fucks shit up. So
Yeah.
I think I did the best I could at staying close to the airport and being, on time, whatever. The only
Yeah.
thing was the bag kind of fucked me
Bag
over.
thing. Yeah, but you time it.
Yeah, but I'm still putting together a video for it, like that situation, because it was really cool. So watch our at Hansons on Hiatus Instagram, and you'll see what it looks like. But it was fantastic just for the night. I
You
mean,
should probably tag them, and
Oh.
then maybe they'll give you free minute
look,
sweets
give me a
everywhere.
couple minutes.
Yeah, give you a couple minute sweets.
Throw some
for us.
minutes my way, baby.
We only stay at the minute sweets now.
Yeah, yeah. So that was that.
Very cool. I
yeah.
like that option.
But then yeah, that was basically it for my trip. So we just got back from our trip maybe like a week and a half ago. We had some friends in town.
Yes, friends from Atlanta.
My friend Ale Sharpton, he's a beer writer and reviewer, and I don't know, just like a beer connoisseur kind of guy. So we're buddies.
Everything.
Yeah, and his wife Andrea, and
We had a great time with them.
yeah. But it's funny, they're both African American, and wearing we were walking down Fifth Ave. Ale was wearing a Wu-Tang shirt, and there are these two Asian kids, guys. I don't know, they're probably like teens, 20s, something.
Oh, okay.
And then the Asian kid was wearing a Wu-Tang shirt as well.
Nice.
So Ale goes,
Friends.
"My man, what's up?" Points at him, and I couldn't understand him completely because he had like kind of an accent,
Oh, no.
and he quotes some Wu-Tang lyrics back at him
Uh-oh.
and used the N-word.
Oh, dear.
And Ale
they
and his
do?
wife go, "Oh."
Oh. Whoa, buddy. Whoa.
Yeah. And it's like he probably, this guy might have not even known it was a word
Yeah.
you shouldn't use, but
They don't censor the music here in Mexico, so maybe he's like, what? What's the problem? I don't understand what the issue is.
it reminds me of that movie How High with Redman and Method Man, and they had that Asian roommate.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like kind of like a gangsta kind of
Gangster Asian
guy,
dude.
or he was trying to be as like a poser. But I think he said something like that in the movie, and they were both like, "Oh,
Oh, my God. Whoa, buddy, whoa.
yeah."
We had a fun time.
Yeah, and where was it? Where were you telling me about that bracelet that you had?
Oh, yeah. We started talking about my best friend got me. She always brings me, we always give each other gifts when we travel for some reason. But she got me this cool bracelet from Hawaii, and it was the stones are tiger's eye. So I thought that was cool. Tiger, we're dealing with
Tiger.
his eye and all that. It was really pretty. So then I can't remember. I think it was up at the pool. You were gone for like a month.
Mhm.
And we were hanging out with one of our neighbors, our buddy Ryan, and I looked over, and his wrist, he has the same bracelet, tiger's eye. And I was like, "Oh, you've been to Hawaii?" And he looked at me like, "No, why?" It's such a random question. I was like, "Oh, never." I said, "I just saw your bracelet. That's tiger's eye, right?" He goes, "Yeah, my friend got this for me." And I was like, "My friend got this for me too in Hawaii." He goes, "Oh, I got this from," I don't even remember where he said.
It was like the Bahamas or something.
Yeah, somewhere, Jamaica or wherever he would just went. And I was like, "Oh," we both just kind of looked at each other and we're like, Oh.
And I think you and I were talking about like all the little trinket shops like here
Yeah.
and in Egypt or in, the Bahamas or whatever.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how it's kind of sad that like none of it's really authentic. Like you go like
Some of it is. You got to hunt
sorry.
it down.
Yeah, not none of it. Most of it is not
Yes.
authentic. And so we were talking about like, oh, that's sad. People come here and they think they're buying like some authentic handmade Mexican woman bracelet, and then it's just something from China or
You
something.
got to
like
read the tags, or you got to, like, my tiger's eye bracelet is hefty. It is heavy. So, it's real stone. When we went to Greece and we were feeling like all the evil eye bracelets, and some of them you're like, is this even glass? Are these glass beads? And then you could tell the heavier ones that are actually glass beads. So
yeah.
you gotta pay attention when you're shopping.
Yeah. If you want something authentic. I mean, obviously most people
Right.
do, but
If
I
you don't
kind
need
of
it,
well, I mean, I just kind of chalk it up to when you buy something somewhere, even if it's maybe, I mean, you want it to be made from there,
Right.
but it's more of the memory of like, I got this in
Yeah.
Greece or I got this in Mexico or whatever.
Right.
So
I
mean,
would just
think
want
of
to
it
like
that.
support the locals.
Yes.
That's how I think about it.
I also wanted to talk about the craziness at the beach this weekend.
Yes.
So just you and I, right? Didn't we just go to the beach?
Yes, just us.
Yeah. So you, me and Tiger went to the beach.
Yeah, Tiger hasn't been to the beach because of his eye, so it was nice. Family day at the beach.
Yeah. So we go to the beach. We got our umbrella, with Tiger to keep him out of the sun and everything.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, and like we didn't play any music because some other guy had like a giant speaker and he was playing music.
There's always a guy with a giant speaker at the beach.
Yeah.
Here.
And then I think he went down the beach a little ways, and then
Yeah.
we hear this music coming from this other side.
Yes.
And it's one of those tents that's like kind of a half a watermelon kind of thing.
half moon shape kinda.
So it covers whatever. So we hear the music coming from this little tent, maybe
Yeah.
like I don't know, like 100 yards to our left.
Yeah, we're like, is that him from the little tent? That's a powerful speaker.
And I couldn't really see who was in there,
Yeah.
but I see this little like goblet out in front, and it's smoking, and there's like incense burning.
Oh yeah, and he's like doing something. You could see a hand pop out once in a while. We're like,
Yeah.
is there a witch in there? A wizard?
And then he pops out, and it's this little Mexican man with I think he had a rainbow headband on.
Yep.
And a Speedo.
Tiny little red Speedo. Not sure what was going on. I forget what was on the back because my mind just, bite.
Yeah. And he's just out there just dancing, and
Oh.
he's smoking a joint, and he's playing the loudest music.
Loudest
like
music.
Party Mexican music. It was great.
I enjoyed it. He
Yeah.
had a good mix.
Then there were these other ladies that I think work for the resort that was behind us, or some one of the massage places.
Massage.
They were all wearing like all black. They're working.
Yes.
And they were talking to these people kind of in front of us with umbrellas, and we eventually found out they were giving them massage, or they bought
You could
massages.
see like a little symbol. It was like the massage masseuse,
Yeah.
outfit.
So
attire.
there's like three of them. So two of the people lay down on the beach. Two of the massage ladies are giving them massages. And then out of nowhere, I don't know what was said, but the little like Speedo Mexican man comes over, starts talking to one of the other massage ladies. She takes her shirt off. This woman takes her shirt off on the beach.
Mid massage, she's massaging someone else, and then just pops up and starts taking her shirt off.
Yeah. And we're like, what is the fuck is happening?
We're just trying to enjoy the ocean, and we're like, what is unfolding here?
Yeah. And she lays down on this guy's towel, the Speedo man's towel.
Yeah.
And he starts massaging her.
Yeah.
But it was a crazy massage. It was a crazy massage.
Pulling her legs, and was he
He
stepping
was standing
on
on
her?
her.
Yeah, yeah.
He was like using her as a chair at one point.
Yeah.
He had like her legs back, and he was
Pulling her
sitting on her
arms
feet or
back.
something. It was like, what? I don't know. Like, so I started videoing him.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, is this guy some like famous like massage
Yeah.
shaman that everybody knows or
Like,
something?
should we know
When
him?
the massage lady working at the beach stops to get a massage,
Yeah.
you take your shirt off as well, because
Yes.
this guy knows what he's doing.
I know, right? Get it off. Just
Yeah.
get it off.
But that was insane. I've never seen anything like that.
Never seen
Oh,
it.
and then when he was giving her a massage, he changed the music. It was like this like massage music, like
Oh,
sensual
yeah.
music. So the whole beach is listening to this massage music. It was fucking crazy.
You just see children, it's like party music, and they're, yeah, okay, cool. And then it's Zen, whatever massage music. And they're just like, what's going on? Why? Where'd the music
Yeah,
go?
what is happening?
So weird. It was weird already when the masseuse ladies were massaging other women on the beach. Usually they have like a little chair, a tent. They're just laying on their sarongs, just having a beach day, just popping over, giving a massage.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was an option. I don't know if I want that option, but it was weird from the get-go.
Yeah.
And then the little Mexican man in his little tent. He was ridiculous. He was.
Yeah.
I
So,
think he was someone famous.
he had to have been.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll probably post a video clip of this guy. So if you can tell me if you know this man, let me know.
Remember, the cops came by. No one did anything. If people didn't know who he was, they would have been bitching about him, like get him off the beach or make him be quiet or something
Yeah,
like
maybe.
that. I don't know.
But in other news, Tiger's Eye's better.
Yay, Tiger's
Yeah.
Eye. I am the tiger.
So yeah, we took Tiger to the. Well, sorry, it's not better. Like it is better, but it's not completely. He still has like a little bit of whiteness
a little bit.
on his lens. I think it's like gradually getting a little bit smaller.
We got 5 gold stars from the vet. His eye is healed. Thank the Lord.
Yes, his eyeball is still intact. It's working, I think.
We're still doing a couple drops and ointments a day, but it's okay.
Yeah, but
great.
we don't have to go back for the eye, right?
Yeah, we're done. We can check in when we need to if we think something's weird, but we're good
Yeah,
for a while.
Good job.
Oh,
good job, Lex.
Thank you. Good job, Nate.
Now
we did it.
Oh, yeah. So now we just need to work on his cough and his legs and.
I'd like to say to any of the pet parents out there, we feel your pain. If you think no one is feeling your pain and you're alone and you're dealing with your dog or cat that has, eye problems, ear problems, whatever problems, skin problems, I know a lot of people deal with that. We feel your pain. We know it is.
Yeah.
It takes all your patience, but they're worth it, and
Yeah.
you love them.
Especially when they cough so hard they poop now.
Yeah, that's fun. That's new. So
Yeah. So it's always a mad dash in the morning to get him outside before he starts dropping bombs.
We're trying to figure out how to help Tiger cough less because it makes him poop more. So
Yeah.
that's fun.
It doesn't make him poop more. He just can't control it.
Yeah.
And it's not like he just poops just standing there.
Yeah.
It's when he's coughing so hard, his whole body shakes.
It does.
It's just I don't know. So if anybody out there has a pet with collapsing trachea,
Yeah, we feel that too. We feel
please let us know what you're doing because the prednisone isn't working as well anymore, and we don't think it's good for his legs.
Lomatil really doesn't do anything.
We're trying to find this belladonna, like
belladonna.
I think it's belladonna, but it's this herbal stuff.
Yeah.
That our vet recommended, but everything I read about it, it's like toxic to pets and people.
Yeah, I know the vets here are, very, like, let's think outside the box, very holistic, whatever. But we always research online as well, and we look at different sources, but it doesn't look good to me. I don't know. We've tried a bunch of different.
Well, I
things.
just don't want to give him the wrong dosage and murder him.
Yes, please don't do that to Tiger.
Yeah. Oh, I found out because it says 30X on it. Or 30 space X.
Oh yeah.
My mom was telling me, she said
Milligram or
she looked up the stuff and she said something about it had 30C on it, and she said the C is like a strength in holistic stuff.
Oh, okay.
So and then when the 30X, like when I was asking her about that, she said that's what the X is also. So it's like a lower strength.
Oh, okay.
So we got to make sure we find that 30X.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Most of his medicines, they always have a number and a letter. And when I go, you can go to the pharmacy here. They'll recommend adult, like people medicine or children's medicine for your pet also, but you just have to get a specific milligram or dosage or give them a dosage of that. So it's helpful.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, and it was great because we were talking to the vet about Tiger has a pee-pee problem.
Yes, he had a little pee-pee problem.
He has a little leakage in his pee-pee.
Yeah,
but
I think it was from the grass.
Yeah, I think it was from the grass now. It's fine now. But
Yep.
we were asking him about it, and he was asking if he licks it, and we're like, nah, I don't think he can. Yeah, he can't reach it because he's a little meatball.
He's a square.
But then later when we were talking about it, right before we left, he goes, do you know why dogs lick their penises? And we go, no. And he goes, because they can.
We both looked at each other like, is he serious?
Yeah.
Or
Our vet is awesome, by the way.
he's the best. Dr. Paco, we love you.
Yes, exactly. All
Oh
right.
my
Well,
God.
I think that's a good point to leave off on.
Yeah, that's good.
If I don't know, like how if people still want to hear the Mexican slang of the day or listener questions or anything. So if you do, shoot us a message. We just aren't sure. So yeah, let us know if you enjoy that segment. We'll add it back. Or if you have anything else you'd like us to do or ask or whatever. Actually, we might do like kind of a one question of Brandon type thing, because we're always coming up with like high, like
we do
question,
high questions,
like dude,
yeah.
what? And they're
What about
actual
this?
questions. Like
Yeah.
Brandon's were kind of like they were Brandon questions.
Yeah.
You know? Like I want like actual high questions, like we were talking
Make you
about,
think,
like
expand on your thoughts.
yeah. So yeah, we may do that, but
yeah, any travel questions, places we've been,
Yeah.
that's great.
or anybody that you would like us to have on.
Yeah.
You know, we got, friends here that are Mexican friends. We have expat friends.
For
We
sure.
have, a little bit of everybody.
Entrepreneurs,
Yeah,
self-help, all sorts of
Yeah.
things.
So, all right. Well, until next time, Lex, do you got anything?
Just because your tiger's eye is not where my tiger eye is from, it's okay.
Yeah. It's fine.
However you want to say that.
It's all made in China.
Your tiger's eye is my tiger's eye. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. All right. We will talk to you next week. Happy Friday, fuckers.
Happy Friday, fuckies.
That's it. Thanks for listening. Goodbye for now. Bye.